Okay, so find a comfortable seated position. And this can be seated on the ground, on a pillow or a block. It's totally fine. Okay. And in this Ganesha mudra, your left hand, the palm faces out and your thumb faces down, so your pinky is up. And then your right hand, your palm faces your heart and your thumb's up towards the sky. And then all you're gonna do is just, just lock your fingers, your hands together, and then let your thumbs come in to touch, okay? And I was playing with like my arms being like this, and then I also kind of just turned my palms up and kind of felt a little bit better in my shoulders. So honestly, any way that feels good in your chest and your shoulders is fine. Palm can be up, or palms can be facing how the direction they are. And then just find this like slight little like pull of your hands, like you're separating them. And then just bring your hands just in front of your heart center. Okay. And then just start to close your eyes. And then feeling a little bit of this resistance. Okay. And in this Ganesha mudra, we want to feel our root chakra, which is our base chakra, the bottom, the last, or the first chakra. I'm going to feel this nice connection there. So as you pull your hands apart, even though they won't pull apart, let this be a place of stability and rootedness and groundedness. And just recognize maybe just in your body, okay, on the mat or off the mat, just any obstacles that have been placed in your path. Just take a moment just to like even just recognize like how does that make you feel? How do you feel when these blockage, a boulder, a tree branch is in your path, in your way? Like how do you respond to that? And inviting this creativity, this inner guidance in, that when these things are placed in your path, unexpected, that it's an opportunity for you to create the space that you seek, right? That it's new beginnings. It's a way for you to rebuild. It's a way for you to feel stronger. And it's a way for you to reconnect with your foundation. It's that earthbound awareness of self, like truly who you are and how you want to show up in the world. Just take a few deep breaths just in through your nose and out through your nose. And when you're ready, you can release your arms down just into your lap, your hands into your lap, and just pause for a moment. Just recognize any sensations you have from that arm position, that hand mudra. Notice any sensations in the language that I'm using, the words, if there's anything that kind of stood out, and if it kind of got you in your gut, or like maybe your shoulders kind of creeped up. Okay, kind of just notice like how your body responded to these, to these ideas of obstacles and blockage, not just physically, but in our path on our mat and on your path and your journey off of your mat. Good, and then just take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And let's do that again. This time we're going to bring our shoulders up by our ears. And then exhale out through your mouth, shrug your shoulders down. Let's do that one more time. Shrugging your shoulders up by your ears. Inhale in. Exhale out. Release your shoulders. Good. then start to blink your eyes open, and we'll start to circle our head in just one direction here, just nice and slow. Okay, and right away, I know for me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling some things stuck in my neck, feeling some tension. Okay, just check in, right? And then, you know, how are you responding to this like tension in your body, right? Having some compassion, that self-care, that self-love. And then we'll slowly reverse and go in the opposite direction. Ooh. Okay, great. And then let's slowly just roll our shoulders back together and down, just rolling them forward and backwards a few times. I'm going to roll them forward too, actually, because that always feels good. Even though it's not necessarily the way I want to sit or anything. Right, it just feels good to roll them out. Good. And I'm going to end just rolling my shoulders back just a few times, again, so I can sit up nice and tall. Okay, good. Arms out nice and wide to the side. Let's just side bend up and over one side. Just going to scooch back just a little bit. Okay, good. Let's take that top arm, whatever arm it is, just bend it, bring it behind your head. Inhaling, looking up towards your elbow or looking up towards the sky. And then exhaling, bring your elbow just down towards the opposite knee. I'm just going to tap this out just 3 times, just nice and slow at your own pace. Elbow towards your knee, reaching back up towards the sky. One more time. Good. And then reaching up and out again. Nice big side bend, stretching that arm up and over. Good. And then we'll slowly switch sides. Right hand down or other side. Sorry, I told you guys to do whichever way you want. Okay. Good. Bend that top arm. Good. Looking up towards your elbow, looking up towards the sky, and then elbow towards your knee. Good. Just 3 little taps here. Just nice and gentle. Last one. Good. Reaching and extending that top arm back up and over. Nice big side bend stretch. And rising back up. Good. Let's switch the cross of our legs. Okay, arms reach up over your head. And let's twist to the right. Okay, so left hand comes across, right arm reaches back. Now we'll join together on the same sides here. And as you're sitting up nice and tall here, if it feels okay, we'll start a head circle here. So we'll circle the head a few times. And then we'll reverse the circle. Did anything change? Adding a spiral, make the head neck circles feel easier, or, you know, kind of adding some blockage. Okay. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to the center and we'll twist to the other side. Right hand comes across the left knee, twisting to the left, sitting up nice and tall. And then again, adding those head neck circles. Maybe we just do about 2 or 3. Just noticing anything different as you're twisting here. And then we'll reverse the circle. Wonderful, good. Okay. And then coming back to the center, bringing the soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide. And gently just fold over your hips, just nice and gentle. You can let your spine round here, drop your head down, make it nice and heavy. On your next inhale, slowly rise up, okay? We're gonna take the right leg and we're just gonna bend it, or bring the knee up to point up towards the sky, okay? And then I'm gonna take my left leg, the leg that's kind of down still. I'm just gonna bring the ankle behind the right leg, okay? So my ankles are just crossed here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna reach my arms up. I'm gonna twist to the right. I'm gonna bring my left arm around my right knee. My right hand reaches back. Or you can do elbow towards your knee to twist up high here, okay? So again, just twisting. Good, just kind of adding the leg this time, feeling that compression of your abdominals in towards your femur bone. And then from here, we're going to release. We're going to bring our left hand by our hip, okay? We're going to see if we can shift our hips forward. So we do kind of like a little slight little like back bend sort of thingy, okay? It's really small, but it's really just about opening up the hips and this right arm reaches up over your head, okay? And again, I'll do that kind of from the side. Okay, so just bearing a little bit of weight. I'm up on my toes, my heels lifted. And then we're gonna lower back down, and then we're gonna twist to the right again, okay? So right hand reaches back, left arm wraps around, or elbow towards your knee. Okay, good, and just squeezing in here. Kind of flowing right away, but should feel good. And you can always step this right foot forward when we come into the back bend, okay? So we're gonna release, left hand comes down towards your left hip. And again, if you want to step this like right foot forward a little bit, you can, and reach back. Get like a kneeling back bend. And then we're going to sit down. We're going to do that one more time. So 3 times all together. Twisting to the right. Good. Again, any version, wrapping or elbow towards your knee. Inhale in, exhale, release, little baby back bend, right, left hand down, hips move forward, right arm reaches up over your head. And then slowly lower the hips down, and we'll switch sides. Okay, we'll start by soles of the feet together. Left knee points up towards the sky. We'll cross the ankle, so right foot behind the left. Twisting to the left now, okay? Left hand reaches back, right arm reaches around. So we're twisting towards the leg. I was gonna say the leg that's bent, but both legs are bent. But the knee that's pointed up, okay? Good. Let's breathe here. Inhale in, exhale, release. Right hand by your right hip, hips move forward, okay? Reaching back, bearing a little bit of weight into that right arm as your left arm reaches up over your head, or maybe just reaches up towards the sky. Okay, whatever feels good and stable here for you. Exhaling, hips lower down, nice and gentle, nice and slow. And then again, twisting to the left. And really use that left arm to help spiral you around. And again, you can hug your knee in closer, bring that heel in closer. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhale, release, right hand by your hip. And then again, I'm just gonna step this left foot forward a little bit. So then you can have somewhere to go. And you can always lift up onto your toes, your heel can lift, that's fine. Just want this to feel good, a good flow for you. So it doesn't have to look like mine. Just go to your edge, what feels good and opening for your body. Okay, we're gonna lower the hips down. We're gonna twist one last time, 3 times today. Good, and again, hugging the leg or elbow towards your knee, twisting. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhale, release, right hand down, last little back bend, hips lift. Good, and again, I'm just gonna kind of go through it nice and slow a few times here. Good, and again, your head does not have to drop back. You can look up towards the sky. Look forward, okay, yeah. Good, and then let's slowly lower the hips down, nice and slow. Good, and then again, coming back to the soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, sit up nice and tall. Okay. We're gonna press our arms out to the sides, flexing through the palms of your hands. Good, drop your shoulders down, and then we're gonna fold one finger in at a time, starting with the pinky finger. So pinky finger folds in, ring finger folds in, middle finger, index, thumb, making a fist. We're gonna press our knuckles down towards the earth and really press the backs of our hands like we're pressing into the wall. Breathe. Good. Exhaling, shake your hands out and then fold over one more time, folding forward in our Baddha Konasana. And again, spine can be rounded. You can drop your head, make it nice and heavy. beautiful. Okay, let's rise on up. Okay, left leg's gonna reach out to the left. Okay, the right sole of your foot's gonna connect to your left inner thigh. Arms reach up over your head. Again, we're gonna twist towards our bent knee. So we're gonna twist to the right. Left hand comes across. And then keep your left hand connected to your right knee. This right arm's gonna reach up towards the sky. And then we're gonna start to side bend over towards our straight leg, the left leg. Again, this does not have to be the most extreme stretch. Okay, again, just kind of breaking up some of these twists, adding some different movements, dynamics to them to see if the energy changes, things moving around. Take a nice big deep inhale in here. Exhale, gently release. Arms back up over your head. Turn to face your straight leg. And gently just fold over that left leg. It's nice and gentle. You're welcome to grab your foot, or you can also just let your arms be relaxed here. And breathe. Where are you feeling the stretch? You feel it in the hamstring, the calf, maybe the low back. I have a lot of tension in my upper back today, so anything folded over, I'm like, whoa, I'm feeling all this stretching in between my shoulder blades. Okay, good. And then we're just gonna do this bigger version of this back bend. Okay, so we're gonna rise up. Right hand's gonna go by your right hip. Okay, hips are still gonna move like forward, if you will. And you're gonna lift your hips up. Left arm's gonna reach back. So it's almost like you're in like a side plank, sort of, kind of, in the legs. Like you're on your right knee, your left foot kind of straight here. Good. So it's just a little bit bigger version of that back bend. Exhaling, slowly lower the hips down nice and slow. And we're just gonna switch sides right away, okay? Right leg out, left leg folds in. Arms reach up over your head, twisting towards your bent knee. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Good, right hand stays connected to your knee. We're gonna slowly reach this left arm up and over, side bending towards the right. And just breathe. Try to twist a little bit more, just a little baby spiral. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, releasing. Arms reach up, turning towards the straight leg, your right leg, and folding forward, forward fold. Whew. Notice how this side feels. Does it feel different? Awesome. And then here's our nice, big, juicy back bend. Okay, we'll rise up. Left hand by your left hip. So your hips just have somewhere to go. You're going to press up onto that left knee and shin. Right arm can reach up over your head, back behind you ever so slightly. Good. And then exhaling, lowering your hips down, lowering your arms down. We'll just bring our legs together and we'll make our way into tabletop. So going into hands and knees, gently just move in and out of cat and cow. And just sensing your whole body. Like, how does your spine feel? Like, how do your hips and legs feel? And when you're ready, we're going to move into downward facing dog. Take your time. Make any adjustments here, pedaling the feet, swaying the hips from side to side. And then, we're, not going to do a ton of downward dog. So let's find a little bit of stillness here. And let's just breathe 3 full deep breaths here in a neutral downward dog. So inhaling in, exhaling out, inhaling in, exhaling out. Last one, inhaling in, exhaling out. Looking up at your hands, we'll travel to the top of the mat. Take your time. You can take one big step, you can take multiple steps, and we'll just meet out here in our forward fold. Hanging on to opposite elbows. You can interlace your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders, back and up, okay? Any variation here of your forward fold is welcome. Release your arms down. We'll slowly roll up to come all the way up to standing. Take your time. Arms will reach up over your head. And exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, and as we move through this flow, okay, again, kind of just check out your energy. Okay, we're not going for the most extreme sensation. We're going for this like grounding, earthbound, like rooted sensation as we move through our journey and pathway. In this just like small little vinyasa, okay? And then we're gonna make some time on the ground to kind of roll around and move, okay? So from here, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, bowing down, nice big forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Right leg's going to step back, low lunge, take your time. Back knee lowers down. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart, and when you're ready, arms can reach up over your head. Gently coming into cactus arms, okay, bending the elbows, just lift up through the chest just a little bit here, nice gentle back bend, just adding a little bit of back bending today. And then exhaling, frame your hands, frame your foot with your hands, there we go. Now we'll straighten the left leg wide. Oh my goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, not wide leg pyramid pose, half split. Here we go. I told you I all had planned a class today, and I'm so tinted up because this doesn't feel right, and I'm on autopilot, obviously. All right, so here's our half split. Good. And just breathe. And if you want to play with pointing the toes and flexing the toes, you can kind of roll around here a little bit, pointing and flexing. That is totally fine. Okay, good. And we're gonna bend back into this front leg. Okay. We're gonna come up into high lunge. So you're gonna tuck your right toes under, lift your back knee up, right hand down, left arm up towards the sky, just twisting. Okay, so twisting towards that front leg. Take a nice big deep inhale in here. Exhaling, hands are gonna move into the inside of the left foot so that we can walk to the long edge of our mat. We're gonna come into this wide leg forward fold. So hands walk to the center, turn your toes in, heels out. We're going to lift up halfway. Walk your hands forward about, I don't know, probably like 3, maybe 2.5 hand prints. And we'll come into this nice wide leg downward dog. Okay, so I'm shifting my weight forward into my shoulders, into my hands, and then I'm pressing my hips back. So here we are in like downward dog, upper body, wide leg, stance in our lower body here. So I definitely got some weight in my hands, have weight in my feet. It's nice big, wide leg downward dog. Look up at your hands. You'll slowly start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. You're gonna walk your hands towards your right foot. So we're gonna go to the second side. Okay, so hands walk around the right foot, turn your right toes forward. Okay. We're going to lower the back knee down, low lunge, left knee lowers, reaching your arms up over your head when you're ready. Cactus arms, bending your elbows, lifting up through your chest, so get a nice slight little back bend here. Inhale in, frame the front foot, straighten the front leg, half split. Good, and then again, flexing and pointing, just moving around. Good, a few more deep breaths. And bending into this right leg, coming up into that high lunge, left toes tucked under, lift the back knee up, twisting, left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Good, breathe. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale, hands on the inside of the right foot. Walk the hands again to the long edge of the mat. We're coming to that wide leg forward fold again. Let's fold forward here. Just pause for a moment. Oh, this feels so good. Okay, let's lift up halfway. We'll walk our hands forward, okay, about, 2 or 3 hand prints. Everyone's a little bit different. Press some weight into your hands. Maybe lift up onto your toes for just a moment. And then press your hips back, straighten the arms, downward dog, upper body, wide leg stance in the lower body. And just breathe here. Woo, I'm getting a nice stretch in my calves. I feel this all the way through my feet. Again, this may be like nice space for your shoulders and your neck. And just for a moment, just take notice, like, what is your rib cage doing? Is your rib cage like popped? Are you splaying your ribs? Can you suck your ribs in together to almost touch and see if that changes how strong you feel, stable you feel? Good. And then slowly walk your hands back under your shoulders. We'll walk our hands over to the left, so we'll go back the way that we started. We'll step back, plank pose. And again, plank your way, straight legs or bent knees. We'll lower all the way down, a strong push-up. Coming up into Sphinx pose, elbows and forearms down. Pressing down into your hands, into your forearms, so lift up through your chest. And then if it feels okay, you can stay here, or you can always bring your hands under your forehead and lower down. We're just going to move the right leg, so right leg's gonna lift straight up off the mat and lower down. Right leg lifts and lowers. And again, you can always lower down. You don't have to stay upright. Right leg lifts and lowers. Just 2 more. Right leg lifts and lower. Last one. Right leg lifts and lower. Good. And then we'll switch to the left side. Left leg lifts and lower. Just getting that activation in that glute. Left leg lifts and lowers. Left leg lifts. Lower. 2 more. Left leg lifts, lower, left leg lifts, and lowers, and slowly lower all the way down. Head into your hands, bend your knees, and gently just shift from side to side. Little window wipers here. Oh, this feels so good. Okay, good. And then from here, just straighten your legs, and we're just going to flip-flop onto our back, a little pancake flip. Just take your time rolling over, adjusting if you need to. And then I'll have my knees into my chest, rock around a little bit too as I get adjusted here. Okay, good. And then let's circle our legs, okay? So knees together, let's circle the knees and the hips just 3 times in one direction. And then 3 times in the opposite direction. we'll take the knees and the hips and we'll circle them opposite. So like a little 8 figure, separating the legs just 3 times in one direction. And 3 times in the opposite direction. Good. And then placing your feet down onto the mat. The right ankle crosses up and over the left knee. Interlacing your hands around the left hamstring for the figure 4 glute stretch. And, you know, I know for me in this pose, always, in any hip opener, I already notice like where there's blockage, where there's like tension, okay? And again, just kind of checking in, like what are you doing? What can you do more of? What can you do less of? How can you find release? How is your pathway being obstructed? And how do you, you know, change or challenge yourself? Obstacles in our path aren't always necessarily a bad thing or a negative thing. Just choosing a different path, or maybe we get, you know, kind of hang out in this journey a little bit longer as things, you know, begin to move for us. Giving us time to grow and change and develop. Release your hands around that left hamstring, okay? We're going to move into half happy baby pose on the right side, okay? So I'm going to grab the outer edge of my right foot. I'm going to extend the left leg out nice and long. Right knee moves to the outside of the right shoulder. And just lengthen your left leg down onto the mat. Good, and then just breathe here. Soften your shoulders. Ground into the backs of your shoulder blades, the back of your head. Ground into your pelvis, right? Ground into that left heel. Standing supportingly. And again, you're always welcome to stay here. I'm just gonna add a little active stretching here. Left arm's gonna reach up towards the sky. I'm going to lift my head and my neck and my shoulders up off the mat, reaching my left hand towards my left foot. From here, left leg is going to just pinch, just lift up off the mat. Good, grounding here. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale and release your leg, release your head, neck, and shoulders. And we're just going to move through that just 3 times, okay? Head, neck, shoulders, lift up, reaching your left arm towards your left foot, lift your left leg up off the mat. Take a nice big deep inhale in, exhale, head, leg, lowers down. Good, one more, inhale in, exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, reach those left fingertips towards your left toes, lift the left toes up off the mat. And breathe. Inhale in. Exhale and release leg, head, shoulders. And then slowly come back into figure 4 glute stretch. Okay, so bending the left knee, right ankle over the left knee, and then interlacing the hands around the left hamstring. Good. And then again, of course, if you want to kind of move around, circles, shifting from side to side. You can even straighten the left leg if you want to and grab your toes. Any version of your figure 4 is always welcome, okay? Yeah. You know, it's like our pigeon pose for today, okay? So, yeah, you're going to get in that right glute as much as you can. And we'll slowly start to release the lower our legs down, unwind our legs. And I'm just going to do a little window wipers here. And again, if that feels good to you, that's fine. You can also straighten your legs out and shake your legs out as well. Okay, lots of options. Sometimes I feel like what I'm doing isn't always the best option, but it's right for my body. So again, choose what feels good for you, okay? And then we'll move to the other side. So knees bend, left ankle over the right knee, figure 4 glute stretch. Interlacing the hands around the right hamstring when you're ready. And again, any movement, noticing how this side feels. I always like to sense like, oh, I'm starting all over again. I'm beginning again, in hopes that my left side will feel just as good as that right side after all this work of opening up. Letting it catch up with the right side, but starting slowly, right? Don't want to rush this journey on this left side. Let it take its time, finding that space to open. Great, and then we're gonna move into the half happy baby pose on this left side. So release your hands, grab the outer edge of your left foot, ankle or knee. Good, extend the right leg out nice and long, and then shift that left knee towards your left shoulder, the outside of your left ribs. Good, and as you're here in your half happy baby pose, okay, really like imagine you're standing on the ground on your right leg, balancing with this, this left leg lifted, okay? So, pressing the back of your head into the mat, pressing the backs of your shoulders down, okay? Notice which parts of your spine are touching the mat. Feel grounded through your pelvis, okay? That's our base and our foundation. Pressing into the right heel, okay? That's what we're standing on, that right foot, okay? And then again, there's that alignment. But you may not go as far as you want to go, but that's okay, because you want to imagine that you're standing doing this. And remembering you're welcome to stay here. This is the pose. Okay, I'm going to add active stretching. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. On your exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up to look at your right foot. Reach towards your right toes. Right toes maybe lift up off the mat. Right leg lifts. Good. Holding here. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, release your leg, release your head, neck, and shoulders. Good. And then just moving through that just 2 more times. Inhale in. Exhale, lift up, crunch up. Right leg lifts. Reach those fingertips towards your right toes. Breathe. Inhale in. Exhale, leg lowers, head lowers. Last one, inhaling it. Exhaling, lifting your head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach those right fingertips forward. Reach the right toes, right leg up off the mat. And breathe. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, releasing up. And slowly making your way back into that figure 4 glute stretch. Right knee bends, letting the left ankle cross over the right knee. Here's the figure 4 glute stretch. Again, adding circles, shifting from side to side, maybe straightening the right leg. Any version of figure 4. This feels so good. I don't know why my hamstrings feel so open. It must have just been some of the stretching that we did at the beginning of class. Normally when I straighten this right leg, it does not feel good, but today it's feeling really good. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and release our figure 4. Come back into those window wipers or shaking the legs out as you release. Okay, great. And then let's grab our strap. And we've moved through this together before, okay? We're gonna let this be like a nice little massage for our hips here, okay? So let's start. I'm gonna angle myself just because it'll feel a bit better for my space here. Let's start with our right leg. Okay, we'll take the strap around our right foot, extend it up towards the sky, and then left leg can be nice and straight on the mat here, okay? And let's just pause for a moment here in this hamstring stretch. If you can, flex through your foot. I'm going to point and flex through my right foot. Just doing some footwork here. You might have to move your strap a little bit to get into the foot a little bit better. Once you kind of feel like your calf and your ankle have opened up, you can just pause and then find a nice flex foot here for the stretch. And we're going to move through this. Maybe I don't want to give us a number too much, but you know, anywhere from like 3 to 5 times. And I want you to go mainly purely off pure sensation here, okay? But we're going to let our leg kind of tick-tock out to the right and to the left. And we can just do this small, just a few times, keeping our pelvis grounded on the mat. And again, you'll know right away when your body's ready to start moving bigger, okay? So you may stay small the entire time, or you might start to let that right leg fall all the way to the right. Maybe it falls all the way down to the ground. Okay, and you can release that left arm out. So it's like a triangle pose. And then, you know, you can tick-tock the leg, crossing the body, coming all the way over to the left side where you can release your right arm out. And again, maybe it doesn't go all the way to the ground. Maybe it does, if that feels good. But we're just going to spend some time kind of just tick-tocking our leg back and forth. And again, it can be small movement, it can be big movement. I don't want to put like, we're doing this 3 times because if you end up moving faster, you might do it, you know, 8, 10 times, okay? And if you're moving really slow, like I'm moving, you maybe only do it twice, okay? So again, just kind of go off of how your hips are feeling, how your legs are feeling, okay? Let your upper body, your torso go along for the ride. So, you know, let it move in a way that feels good. Maybe you're twisting, maybe you're not. Maybe you're following your leg, and that's fine too, okay? You can keep both hands on the strap. You can kind of switch hands on the strap, going back and forth if you want to. Again, it's totally up to you how you want to teeter-totter here. And how perfect of our Ganesha theme class of just like tuning into like our obstacles. Like maybe on this right side, I'm like running into the wall and the plant, and I know I'm not going to do that on the left side. So just working with what you've got. Okay, be grateful for the space that you're in. It's your yoga space, and you know, make adjustments. You don't have to be perfectly straight on your mat. Obviously, I'm like off of my mat. Okay, so move in a way that feels good. Use, you know, things that are in your way, use them to your advantage, right? Might feel really good to press into the wall or your couch, your bookshelf if it's in the way. Okay. And let's actually meet, okay, wherever you're at, let's meet in the twist, okay? So we're gonna meet with the right leg over to the left, and then reach that right arm out to the right. And again, your choice. You can hang on to the strap or you can release it. We're going to take this bottom leg, we're going to bend it, and we're going to grab our toes with our right hand, coming into a little bit of a quad stretch. Okay, so this should remind you of half split, Ardha Hamanasana, right? We're kneeling on this left knee and our right leg straight. We're just adding a little bit of a twist. And adding a little bit of the quad stretch. Cool. Exhaling, release your foot. Slowly make your way back to the center, however way you need to. And we'll release the strap, release the right leg down towards the left, and just pause for a moment in a little Shavasana. Noticing the right side versus the left. How do your pathways feel? How does your energy feel? How's your body responding? How's your breath responding? Your mind. We're going to slowly just move to the left side, okay? So we'll take the strap around our left foot. And of course, make any adjustments you need to for your space. And we're going to hang out here in a hamstring stretch on the left side. Okay, just moving again slowly. Moving like this is the first time you're doing this exercise on the side, so be patient. And flex and point the left foot, opening up the calf and the ankle. And when you're ready, we'll just find this nice flex position, flexing through the left foot for the hamstring stretch. Good, but when you're ready, you can start adding those little tick-tocks from side to side. Again, you can move small at first. Gradually start to move a little bit bigger. Only when you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, right? You'll sense it that you're like, oh yeah, ready to go for the ride. And then again, transferring strap in between your hands. Maybe not, maybe just keeping your hands together and letting yourself fall over to one side. And just breathe. Don't worry about what it's supposed to look like. Let this be like a massage, your internal massage for yourself, for your body, for your breath, for your mind. Noticing, right, like anything that's stuck, anything that's in the way, okay? Noticing how it starts to change as we're moving through this flow, right? Maybe those obstacles, that blockage you felt initially, start to go away. All just by like the power of movement, power of your breath. Good. And then again, the next time your left leg is over to the right, we're going to pause there and stop there and hang out, catch up together here on this side, twisting, reaching that left arm out to the left. Good. And again, you can keep your hand on the strap, you can let go of it, but we're going to just bend the bottom leg, the right leg, and then catch the toes with our left hand for a little bit of a quad stretch. So it's like a twisting half split. If we were kneeling, if we were on our knees. Okay, good. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, release your hand and foot, and slowly make your way back onto your back, nice and slow. Extending your left leg out towards your right. Shake your legs out. Reach your arms out to the sides. And just pause for a moment, just noticing how the left side feels. Notice path, energy. good. And let's just stay here, okay? Let's inhale in through our nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. One more just like that. Inhaling in. Big exhale out. Just allow yourself to sink into your mat. Release any other tension, right? If you want to shake your head from side to side or readjust your shoulder blades, you can do that. But just being in this place of like neutral. You know, Shavasana represents the end of our practice. And at the end of our practice, we let go of anything that's no longer serving us. And we start to breathe in new beginnings. Breathe in foundation, sense of strength. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bringing awareness back into your bodies. And start to invite larger movement back into your bodies. You can stretch your arms up over your head. When you're ready, you'll slowly start to make your way up to a seated position. And again, there's no rush, there's no hurry. Just take your time, making sure, you know, to like accumulate back up, letting your head be the last thing that arrives. And we're going to end in our Ganesha hand mudra. Okay. So as you make your way up to seated, left palm is going to face out with your thumb down. Right hand palm is going to face your heart, thumb up. And you'll just clasp your fingers in your hands, and then thumbs will rest. And then just bring your arms just right in front of your chest, okay? Good. Sit up nice and tall. Here's to creating space for what we are seeking. Creating space for what we are seeking. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Big exhale out. And then slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste.